Adrian. Once again, I am sorry for that last cutoff there. I think I might have hit something wrong or whatnot. It was my first live stream. I'm still trying to kind of figure this out. It's a little trickier than I thought it would be. But just to start things off, I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. I'd like you to do your own research and form your own opinions. I'm just giving you my ideas and my thought process here. But this is the first day I'm going live, and I'm think I worked through the software issues or whatnot to make sure everything comes out smoothly. But if not, leave me a comment below. Let me know what issues you might be experiencing or whatnot, and I'll get those fixed right away. But to pick off where I was just doing a live stream and got cut off. To pick off where we left off, we were looking at a $334 billion market cap with a BTC dominance of 43.7%. And we are kind of like experiencing a normal type of Sunday. We are seeing some dips. We are seeing some green action, but nothing really too significant as far as just like the top 100 go. I know there's like a bunch of projects like Tal, I think, is up a lot right now, and there are some coins that are up a good bit. But for the top 100 or for the projects that we're really looking at, nothing too exciting going on as of yet. I wanted to kind of touch base a little on Tron since it is going to be having some major news coming out this week. I do believe a lot of people have been hitting me up and asking me if I feel it's still a decent time to get into Tron. And I would let's go ahead and click on it. And look at that, it's already ranked 13th. It's been 14th for a while, so it has improved as market cap there as the price has gone up. I would say if you are still looking to obtain a position in Tron, I think I would do it still under the 550 Satoshi level. We've already seen it break past the 600-ish level, 606 I think it peaked out at a couple days ago. So I think still under, and I think it'll still go well past that. So I would say getting under the 550 Satoshi levels, I think would be the best bet for your entry on Tron if you're still looking to ride this week's of news. I would stay under the 550 range just to still be safe. And I mean, if we hit the 600 again, which we will, I mean, there's your 10% already. So that's I feel that's an easy 10%, but I feel that you can hang on to it and get a lot much more profit than that this coming week. I still do expect to see that 10-11 cent price range obtained, and though it's starting to move, it's starting to pick up some serious volume, and I see that coming easily here. So let's take a look at the charts and kind of see what we're going on here. We're approaching that 6 cent range. We're starting to build some support levels, 5.5 cent range low levels. So I would definitely say you have built some consolidation and some support right here in the 5.5 cent range, if that's where you're looking to get into your entry point there. And I'd expect to start seeing the 6 cents, 7 cents range definitely Monday, Tuesday. As far as I'm getting a lot of people hitting me up like, oh, how do you think it's going to run or whatnot? That's difficult to say. Nobody really can answer that. And if anybody gives you an answer, it's kind of bullshit, because I mean, if they knew it, then they'd already be super rich, right? But I would expect to hit the 10-11 cent range at some point during this week. I'd have to say I'm hoping for that, and I'm expecting that. But I at worst case, I believe we'll maybe fall a little bit short of that. So, I mean, if you are looking, as again, I don't play these projects to try to make a quick pump or whatnot. I do believe in Tron, and I do believe in where they're heading. So even after this week, I will still be holding on to my Tron, and I mean, unless it just runs like crazy, and then I've got to sell it, but which could happen as well. So I mean, you just don't know how high these things are going to run is really what I'm getting at. And I mean, my opinion and my thought process is that we will get to the 10 to 11 cent range. There's Pavel Rojas, regards from Mexico. What's going on, man? We were out there not that long ago on vacation, actually out there back in the Christmas time. We went and hit some of the beaches up out there. That was pretty awesome. So I've already got several 100,000 Tron that I'm hanging on to, and that I plan on hanging on to for a while. And I wanted to talk about another project, which I'm sure you guys are already super familiar with as well. It's teamed up with Tron. So I mean, if you're a Tron fan, I'm sure you've heard of OCN, Odyssey. I've been watching it for a while, and I did make some money on OCN when it initially hit KuCoin. and ran to like 11 cents. I picked it up like at 3 cents and rode it up to 10 cents and made some good money. And then it seemingly, I mean, following the J curve, it just fell off a cliff completely after that. And we've been seeing it in the 1 cent range, 1.5 cent range. So I did pick up about 250,000 tokens in this morning, right around in this area here in the 1 cent range. It did just recently have a run up about 30% yesterday, day before. So it is up a little bit, but I still feel that the 1 cent range for this project is still a bargain. So I did pick some up, and I'm going to be holding on to that. And really, because since it's tied so closely to Tron, I feel that it could follow suit if Tron goes on a big run up, that it could follow suit as well. And I mean, you're looking at such a well-known project, running O-Bike, everything like that. That you've got a 27. You got volume of 27 million in the 24-hour volume, and you've got a 24 million, almost $25 million market cap. So the volume is exceeding the market cap, and that, to me, that's very bullish, and that's a very good sign that it could be looking at some action here soon. You've got a decent amount, a lot really, in the circulating supply. So that's the only thing I'm not too excited about, especially since the circulating supply is still just a fraction of the total supply. However, I do believe in the short term, I would pick some OCN up. And there's Muhammad Abdullah. Should I buy now? I'm not sure if you're referring to Tron or OCN. And remember, I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. Tron, I mean, if I was in the position, I did pick some Tron up still under the 550 Satoshi range. And OCN, we're currently experiencing pullback on OCN from that 30% run up that it's had over the last couple days. So I don't know how much it'll pull back, but it seemed to really be building some support after that run up in the 148, 150 Satoshi range. So I mean, I jumped into it pretty good. I bought 250,000 of these tokens here, and I believe in Tron more than OCN, because Tron's Tron's going to be the blockchain, the platform that all these dApps are going to run on. So I mean, if I do see a run up on OCN to the 3-4 cent range, I will sell it and make my 300-400% on that. And I do believe it will pull back some, as compared to Tron, where I think it'll kind of sustain its price a little better than the little bit more smaller cap coins. So I am looking to do a flip on OCN. I'd like to see it 2, 3 cent, 4 cent range, and I'd sell it off just to double, triple, or quadruple my money really quick. And I will be hanging on to Tron, depending on how it plays out. But I mean, the 10, 11 cent range, I don't think I'm going to be selling my Tron. And again, I've been picking it up since the 2 cent range, 3 cent range, 4 cent range. I even bought more in the 5 cent range. So I won't jump in excitement and sell it if it hits 10 to 11 cents. Where I would be a big seller is if we start reaching those previous highs that we've seen on that previous run up in the 20, 25 cents. I would really be biting my nails and thinking about selling it and waiting for a pullback to buy more with the profits. But 10 to 11 cents, I don't think I would jump up and sell it. I'd still be hanging on to it and maybe just ride the pullback. A lot of times it's risky when you think you're selling at the top, waiting for a pullback to buy down back at the bottom. But I mean, the way these things go, they can. I mean, look at Storm, what it did the other day. It did a very massive run up, and the pullback wasn't much at all. So you don't want to think you're selling at the top and it continues to run, and then the pullback doesn't come anywhere back down by the lows that you previously might have thought you could have bought it at. So a lot of times it's not to be always treated like a pump and dump where you think you sell off and then can buy really cheap again. I don't believe at all that Tron or OCN are pump and dump plays. I believe they are solid platforms with solid teams. Now, could they be overbought and the price go too high? Yeah, but I believe that's a risky play for these projects to try to sell at the top and then try to buy back low, because you might not see those lows again. So I wouldn't take that risk at 10 or 11 cents with Tron TRX. 25 cents, I would take that risk, especially in just a week from 5 cents to 25 cents. It will have some pullback. And same thing for OCN. I mean, we've seen this hit 11, 12 cents when it initially hit KuCoin. So picking it up at 1 cent is a super bargain, I believe, not just for the price action, but for what the company represents. I believe this is currently undervalued at the 1 cent range with a $25 million market cap. I can see this thing easily hitting 100 million, and that's 4x on your money. So that's definitely something to think of and consider. Another project that I was looking at here, we've already got a position in it, is Substratum. It does appear to be getting ready to break out. I mean, we went from red to green on the day already. We've been struggling at that 40 cent range, and it did go yesterday as high as like 43 cents, 44 cents, but we can see the volume start building right here and testing these resistance lines. So once we can break past those resistance lines there, I do expect to see. I mean, at one point, Substratum was about $3. So if you're still looking for another entry, it's got $147 million market cap. And see, we're breaking past the resistance here, getting pulled back, breaking past the resistance, pulled back, and we're currently just a bit below where our top resistance lines are. So if you're looking for another project to get into, I would probably take a look at Substratum. I would probably think that's more of a longer term play. I mean, if you're looking to make some quick bucks this coming week, I think that Tron TRX and OCN are going to be easy gainers, really honestly. And I'm not talking about 10-15%. I see these things 2-3xing, and that's a serious opportunity to make some serious cash on your portfolio through the week, if you're just looking for some quick profits. But that if you are new to the channel, and I am this is my first live stream, I want to start doing them a little bit more regularly now that I've got this kind of figured out and whatnot. I'd like to invite you to subscribe to the channel if you're currently not a subscriber, and stay up to date with the latest videos. And especially now that I'm going to be doing some live streams or whatnot, you guys can shoot me questions or on any projects or anything like that that you might be looking at or currently in, and I'll gladly pull them up and take a look at them with you and see what we can figure out together. But aside from that, if you are looking for some quick gains, the couple projects that we discussed, I believe, will do the trick. But please leave your comments below, throw me a thumbs up, and let's have an exciting week, man. I think this coming week is going to be huge for Tron and for OCN and a couple other alts as well. I think we are starting to see some serious actions in our alt action. And I mean, it's just totally exciting, especially for those of us that have been waiting it out and buying the dips. To start looking at something that we're going to be cashing in on now is just completely exciting and gets me revved up and ready to go. But yeah, throw me a thumbs up, man. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. And any questions or any issues with the live stream, please leave the comment in the comment section below. Thanks a lot and have a great one.